You facing your fears is what's going to bring you your biggest victory. Because on the other side of fear is usually just you finding more of yourself, more of what you do and don't prefer. And what you don't prefer, it's leading you to some very good news. A turn of events that you didn't even see coming yourself. You had to discover your worth. And you see the most intelligent people, a good person when they see one. And they deserve to have that reflected back to them. Intelligence is just being more aware. The more aware you are, the more awake you are. When you're awake, you can spot energies healed and unhealed. Even if it's not fully healed, you know how important pattern recognition is. Now you know the signs of somebody that's at least trying to heal. If they're putting in the effort to heal from the shitty things that's being done to them, they're worth it. They're going to help you learn a lot about past only so you can benefit from it. Sometimes the lessons don't show up how we expect them to. They show up at the right time, when you're ready to do the work. Just because somebody's unhappy with their circumstances doesn't mean they're coming in to betray you. It's pretty easy to be unhappy in this world. Hell, if you ask me, it's a lot harder to be happy. Because that requires work and self-control, control of your mind. Because you thrive in fairness. And you care so much about keeping things balanced, duality's coming in quick for you because you're helping enforce it. And it doesn't matter what's ripped away from you. It could be money, cars, people, clothes. It could be everything. But you had to learn to walk by faith, not by sight. And learn to trust even in the hardest conditions. Because if you can trust that people will betray you, you're capable of trusting. Once you start trusting yourself and trusting something greater than you exists, you'll have no problem following the proper guidance. But that's the thing, a lot of people don't believe something greater than them exists. They think they're the greatest thing in the world, that they're better than everybody else, so they feel entitled. There's a difference between entitlement and confidence. There's a fine line. There's nothing wrong with confidence. Confident person's gonna win. Somebody that questions themselves could very easily let that lack overcome them and make them a shitty person. Some people let the darkness break them. Some people allow the darkness to make them. Ultimately, it's your decision. And your actions are always going to have consequences. Actions create karma. Just because it was behind closed doors doesn't mean nobody saw it. And that's an important lesson most people don't think they're ever going to learn. But they will. Lucky for you, you trust your path. You trust the process. And because of that, something's not over. You just had to learn to show yourself first, fully and authentically. That's how you truly win. And you're not stuck being rescued by the Most High. As long as you choose God, God will show up for you. It's just not going to be how you expect it because God works in mysterious ways. And if you truly believe to your core that God exists, God is capable of anything, you're going to start seeing God in other people, good and bad. And you're going to realize that God was just leading them to their destiny, to their fate. Whether they wanted to take the higher or lower path was up to them. But as long as you decide to stay on the highest path, the Most High's got you. And the Most High will always give you that higher perspective. So nothing will ever beat you down. When you choose to do God's work, God will flow through you. And if you can believe that God can show up in other people and animals and in weird ways, then you'll start trusting when it's God. Sinners that don't want to believe, they got too much to hide. And it's important not to become like Lucifer. Lucifer stood for justice. In fact, Lucifer pushed so hard, he let the dark consume him. That's why he got cast out of heaven and got sent to hell on earth. Because that's what your sins do. That's how you enter hell. If you want heaven on earth, you gotta be able to confess your sins. Otherwise, you'll never make it to heaven. The truth sets you free. Truth always comes to the light, or the enlightened. Having an enlightened frequency threatens those who don't understand it. The right ones will understand because they vibrate at your frequency. You guys got this. Love you. Catch you next time.